Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Reed Complex, home of Babe Ruth baseball. More directly to Nipper Clancy Baseball Diamond for Babe Ruth State Tournament action. Lynn's 13-year-olds at bat, actually out in the field. They're 4-0. Strange happenings here. They're 4-0. They've swept through this 13-year-old state tournament. They're taking on Braintree, who is 3-2 in this tournament. And if Braintree wins, Lynn is out and Braintree is in, moving on to Taunton for the final 8 or the quarterfinals. So Lynn has to win this game or they're eliminated. And that doesn't make any sense at all since they're 4-0 and the team they're playing is 3-2. But they seeded everybody. They started out, I think, with 29 teams. They seeded everybody. They're down to the final 16, and they just play, high seed plays the low seed. Rather than the low seeds knocking everybody out, Braintree has a chance to knock Lynn out. Most of these kids have played against each other, whether it be in the Lynn City tournament or the Williamsport tournament, and now they combine as they move to Babe Ruth, and it's their first year playing on the big diamond. As I mentioned, they're taking on Braintree. Anthony Carey, the third baseman, will lead off. Jack Morris, the second baseman, hit second. Charlie Martino will play left field and bat third. In a cleanup spot is the pitcher, Jack Fitzgerald. The shortstop, Garrett Coughlin, hits number 5. Nate Mead, or Meady, I'll say it both ways, hope I get it right once, hits number 6. He's the extra hitter, and we'll explain that. The first baseman, Cameron Graney, hits number 7. Catching and batting 8th, Kyle Hutchison. Tim Carney, the center fielder, will hit number 9 and bring up the tail end of the batting order. Batting number 10 is Aiden Civitolo, the right fielder. And I did say batting 10th because you don't have to, but you can use an extra hitter, not a designated hitter, an extra hitter. Yordi Contreras on the mound. He was a big part of that Lynn Shore team that won the City Series 2 years in a row. We'll be looking for 3 in a row this year. Foul to the backstop by Carey. It is not a good day. Thank God we're in the shade. There's a little bit of a breeze. But the sun, it is a bitterly hot day, and I mean bitterly hot. High 90s again. Coach from Braintree said when he called down, he said, how's it look? They said, it'll be great. It'll be in the 70s. I said, it probably will be around midnight. But right now, it's still in the high 90s. Started to pull the trigger and held up as the pitch was high. So Braintree lost their first 2. They're on a winning streak. They won 3 in a row. So they know what it is to be on the edge. Hit to third base. Big hop. Plenty of time. Teneo Ortiz over to Jack Marks. They throw Carey out. Jack Morris, the second baseman, hitting from the left side, is the hitter. Hits it foul right into the Braintree bench area. If you're wondering how Braintree got sort of sucked into coming all the way to Lynn, again, it's the seedings. They started with, I believe they said 29 teams and just seeded them, and so they were scattered everywhere. Drill to right field coming on right at the right fielder. Morse hit it well, but Eldrian Bonilla came on and made the play. So Morse didn't get lucky. He hit a shot to right field, but right at the right fielder. Charlie Martino, the left fielder, is the hitter. Looked like Contreras took something off and dropped it in for a strike. Popped up. Shortstop makes the call and makes the play right in front of the second base bag. That's Brady Warren. So an easy 1-2-3 inning for Contreras and the Lynn 13's. It's 15 runs after 3.5. 10 runs after 5 is the mercy rule in Babe Ruth. For Lynn, it'll be Brady Bullock, the center fielder, leading off. The second Brady on the team, Brady Warren, the shortstop, will hit number 2. Pitching and batting third, Yordi Contreras. The extra hitter, Nico Ramirez, will hit 4th. Batting 5th and playing third base, Daniel Ortiz. Shea Palmer, the catcher, will hit 6th. And I pray for Shea Palmer because he's behind home plate with all of that padding and chest protector and mask in that brutal heat, as is Kyle Hutchison for Braintree. Palmer hits number 6 and catches. Eldrian Bonilla, the right fielder, hits number 7. Playing first and hitting 8th, Jack Box. Dom Giordano, the left fielder, hits number 9. And the second baseman, batting 10th, is Jack Anderson. So these are a lot of Wyoming and Lynn Shore kids. So when I think a couple of East Lynn. Jack Fitzgerald on the mound for Braintree, trying to keep them alive. We mentioned they lost their first 2 games. Figured they were long going and out of it, but now they've won 3 in a row. And they're in a situation now where they can make the final 8 if they win this game here on Lynn's home field. Paul Hartford is the coach for Lynn. Chris Warren is one of his assistants, vice principal at Classical, former very successful girls softball coach at Classical. So Brady Bullock will try to get it started for Lynn here in the first inning. The idea now is to keep drinking fluids, especially for the catchers and the pitcher. He'll shed a few pounds tonight. That one goes to the backstop for ball 1. High for ball. Missing wide. So Bullock will take a look, at least 1, maybe 2. Trying to become a base runner here in the bottom of the first. Lynn, the home team, by way of the higher seed, they're number 2. Taking all the way, as you would expect, was in for a strike. Fitzgerald's a big boy. Braintree might have used up some pitching. This being Thursday, they had to play a game on Monday, and they had to play a game on Saturday. So Bullock draws a walk. Let's see if Paul Hartford has him running. Brady Warren, the shortstop, is the hitter. Missing inside for ball. That's the other thing the pitchers had to get used to, is going to the stretch. Little League, you just pitch, they can't run till the ball reaches home plate. High and tight again. Hit on the ground to short. They get 1. They don't get 2. They almost get 2. Nice turn in the middle by Morse, the second baseman. So Brady Warren becomes the runner at first base with one out for Yordi Contreras. In for a strike. The runner takes off. He got a big jump. They're not going to throw him out. He got a huge jump. And Fitzgerald took a long wind-up. And that helped Brady Warren easily steal second base. So they have the first runner in scoring position. Contreras can help himself here. It's a line shot to center field. They make the play. Solidly hit by Contreras. Tim Carney had to go back a few steps, but he was there to make the play. So two-way for Nico Ramirez, the extra hitter. In for a strike. I thought we were on the Lynn side, but if you're a Braintree fan, you'd have to go over and sit in the sun, so they're over here under the tree in the shade. So we had all the fans, Braintree and Lynn, sitting on the same side. High and tight for a ball. Nice stop by the catcher Hutchinson. Missing inside for a ball. Missing again, ball 4. Second walk in the inning, which runs at first and second for Daniil Ortiz, the third baseman. Two-way. Paul Hartford was the coach that Lynn Shore team that won 2 years in a row. Moved up, hit to third. Big hop. Right through the wickets. Tough hop for the third baseman, Carey, but he couldn't keep it in front of him. And Lynn has loaded the bases with 2 outs for Shea Palmer, the catcher. The other thing these kids have to worry about, the pitchers especially, is the box. In for a strike. You didn't have to worry about those in Little League. So 3 on, 2 out for Lynn here in the bottom of the first. Missing down and in for a ball. Looking to get on the board first and put Braintree in a hole in this win or go home game. Hit slowly to short. They're going to have to hurry. Safe at first, another error. The throw, they had to get rid of it very quickly, and the throw drew the first baseman off the bag. So back-to-back errors have allowed Lynn to get on the board. Adrian Bonilla, the right fielder, is the hitter. It was very slowly hit. Shortstop Coughlin had to get to it quickly, made a good throw. And it drew the first baseman off the bag. So 2 errors with a couple of walks. Throwing a stolen base. And Brady Warren scores the first run for Lynn. missing down and in. Fitzgerald should have been out of the inning. And that's ball 4. That's a run. Third walk in the inning. Lynn doesn't have a hit, but they get 2 runs. Jack Marks, the first baseman, throws right, bats left. A little bit of a hike for the parents to come down. Of course, you have to come. Golfs that one high in the air. Third baseman moving back, doesn't make the play. That's going to be a base hit because nobody touched it. Marks gets a hit and an RBI. Third baseman drifted back, that went trying to go to his left and just bounced. First hit, and again, should have been an out. Inside and tight for a ball. Don Giordano, the left fielder, is the hitter. He's the 9th hitter in the inning. Off the catcher's glove, that's going to score a run. The pass ball. That also takes away the automatic force anywhere, including home plate, because it's now 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. 4 runs in. That one goes to the backstop as well. That's a wild pitch. So a runner at third only with 2 outs. Pass ball, wild pitch, brings in 2. And all of a sudden it's 5-0 on 1 base hit. 2 big errors. And the hit should have been caught. In for a strike. The hit was a pop-up right to the third baseman, who went to his right, then had to go back to his left, and went back too far and overran it. And that's ball 4. Four walks in the inning. We told you that Braintree had to use a lot of pitching. They played 5, Lynn has played 4, but they've had to play those games bunched. They had to play Saturday and then Monday, so they used up a lot of pitching. Jack Anderson, the second baseman, they batted around. He's the 10th hitter in the inning, which owes an extra hitter. They can bat 10. It goes to the backstop again. And they throw it away, and that's going to allow the runner to go to third, I think. But they tag him out. So they finally get the 3 outs. But that would have been the 3rd error in the inning. They made up for it by throwing the runner out, trying to go to third. So 9 go to the plate. 6 of them score with 1 base hit, 4 walks, 2 errors, and a partridge in a pear tree. And Jordy Contreras can breathe a little easier now. He's got a 6-0 lead over Braintree at the end of 1. Hit in the air to center field. Long run for Brady Bullock. Gets there and makes the running catch. Terrific play by Bullock. The pitcher Fitzgerald hit that a long way. Bullock was playing him over to as a right-handed hitter. He had to go way over to right center field to make that play. That's a great play. Garrett Coughlin, the shortstop, is the hitter. In for a strike. That one bounced in. It's 1-1. Way high for a ball. There's a terrific running catch by Brady Bullock. Had to go a long way. And not easy because he's left-handed. So he had to reach across his body. That's twice the difficulty. Hit to short. Brady Warren makes the play. That's a nice play, too. Contreras couldn't get it right over the mound. Warren went a few steps to his left. Made the nice defensive play. 2 up, 2 down for Nate Meady, the extra hitter. I'll say Mead. High for a ball. High again, 2-0. Line, that's going to be a base hit. Brady knocks it down. Meady gets the base hit. First base runner for Braintree. Contreras had retired 5 in a row. Cameron Greeny. Or Green. I guess I'll say it both ways again. Hope I get it right. That was a little bit behind him. The base runner didn't go. I don't know if the base runner, I don't know if he thought it hit the batter. But by the time he realized the ball was live, it was too late for him to go. High and away for a ball. 2-0. Hit foul over the backstop, out of play. Took something off, popped it up. It's going to be foul. Foul by about a foot. That almost dropped in fair. He almost found no man's land with that pop-up right in front of us. Hit about 6 or 8 inches. Foul outside the foul line. Line to the left field for a base hit right between the third baseman and shortstop. So after retiring 5 in a row, Contreras has given up back-to-back hits. Kyle Hutchison, the catcher, will be the hitter. Nice stop by the catcher, Palmer. High and tight for a ball. 2-0. Paul Hartford hustles out, wants to talk to his pitcher. He started out easy enough, but even in this inning, it led off with a shot by Fitzgerald that Brady Bullock made a great play, going over the right center field, reaching across his body and tracking it down. Starting to get a little bit of shade. It was all sun when we got here. But the trees and back at third base are trying to get a little bit of shady spot. Third base, shortstop, the back of the pitcher's mound. A couple of steps out in left field. And there's a little bit of breeze in the shade that makes it bearable. Hit to short. Can't make the play. And that's going to load the bases. So the error extends the inning. Tim Carney, the center fielder, was the hitter. High for a ball. Line to the left field for a base hit. 1 run will score. The number 9 hitter coming through. The bases are still loaded for Aiden Civitolo, the right fielder. He hits it in the right field for a base hit. So Braintree's got their hitting shoes on. The bottom of the order, 9 and 10 getting base hits and RBIs. The bases are still loaded for the top of the order. Anthony Carey, who grounded out third to first, leading off the ball game. Down and away for a ball. So Braintree said, you got 6, but we got a lot of time to make it up. They've already got 2 of them back. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Fouled off the catcher and off the umpire. 1-1 the count. Reaches for it, hits it to short. They tag the runner, and they call him safe off the bag. Marks is saying he tagged him. Paul Hartford, I think, is going to come out and challenge the call, I think. He's going to ask the base umpire to check with the plate umpire to see if he, in fact, made the tag. No question Marks was off the bag to go get the ball. But they're going to check with the plate umpire to see if he tagged him. It looked like he tagged him before he got to the bag. He's out. So he did tag him. Tough call for the base umpire. He's almost behind the pitcher's mound, almost a shortstop. They got 2, both unearned. The error would have ended the inning. They got 4 hits in the inning. And it was the 9th and 10th hitters in the inning, in the batting order, that knocked in the 2 runs. They leave the bases loaded. So Lynn's 6-run cushion is now down to 4. And Jackie Anderson was the hitter. when the run scored on the wild pitch, but they threw the runner out, trying to go to third after he made second on the wild pitch, trying to go to third on the wild pitch, and got thrown out for the third out. So he was at bat, but he'll be back at bat. So it'll be 10-1-2 for Lynn as we start the bottom of the second inning. So they got the call. Jack Marks thought he tagged the hitter before he got to the bag. He's a big boy. He went up high to get the throw. But as he was coming down, he put the tag on the runner. The question was, did he make the bag before he made the tag? The base umpire, from where he was, all he could see was that first base was off the bag. So he had to call him safe. And then Paul Hartford immediately came out and said, will you check with the plate umpire? And he did. And they called the hitter out. So that saved Lynn, cost Braintree a run, maybe more, because he was still the bases loaded. So Jack Anderson, the second baseman, will be the hitter. Down and in for a ball. Now, I talked about the players. The players can go to the bench and get in the shade and get out of everything. The umpires are out there for 7 innings. They're the ones that are having to go through this. In for a strike. Pop foul out of play. Chase that pitch. It was way up in the air. That's the first strikeout for either pitcher. Brady Bullock drew a walk. Leading off, he got forced at second. That was one of 4 walks that Fitzgerald gave up in the first inning. In for a strike. Down and away for a ball. Wide for a ball. Brady made that very outstanding running catch in right center field. And it was huge because they scored 2 runs in the inning. And this ball 4, he's on for the second time. Now let's see if they have him running with 1 out. Brady Warren reached center fielder's choice and scored the first run. I think they were thinking he might go. Fitzgerald goes over to Green at first base, trying to keep him close. And they throw over again. So now the pitcher's mound is in total shade. He took off again, got a very big jump, and he's in with a stolen base. Got a huge jump. So they're 2 for 2 in stolen bases. foul to the backstop. Brady's sister pitched for Lynn Classical this year, softball, and did a nice job. She had to come in when their starting pitcher got hurt. She had to fill in, and she did a very nice job filling in. Helped Classical get in the state tournament. High and tight for a ball. In for a strike. That's a called third strike. I think Brady thought that was going to be outside. So a strikeout, a walk, and a strikeout, throwing a stolen base. And it gets off the catcher's glove. That's going to move the runner to third. Bullock slides safely into third. He's got a bunch of that Nipper Clancy Field dirt all over his uniform. Contreras lined out to the center fielder. And they're going to pitch from the stretch with the runner at third. High for a ball. They scored a couple on wild pitches and another on a pass ball. So they're trying to pull it close at third. Hit the shot. They better hurry. Safe, he beat it, and the run scores. Tough play for the shortstop. Coughlin had to go way to his left, almost to second base to get it. Then had to straighten up and make the throw. So Bullock gets one of those runs that Braintree scored back. Let's see if they have Contreras running at first base. Nico Ramirez walked and scored a run. Taking off again. A big jump. 3 for 3 in stolen bases. Would you know it, the one sunny spot that's still here is right on the back of my neck. Everything else around me is shade. Hit foul off the backstop. There's a little slit between the trees. The sun is shining through right on my neck. Hit foul again off the backstop. So once again, walk short. Bullock drew the walk. Came in to score, and the 2-out infield hit by Contreras. Down and away for a ball. In for strike 3. He strikes out the side. But the walk and the infield hit along with a stolen base cost him. Lynn gets another run. We're through 2. Lynn now leading it 7-2 in this win or go home game against Braintree. Jack Morris will lead it off. He hit it right in the nose and lined it right to the right fielder. His one trip back in the first inning. We mentioned the winner of this goes to Taunton. and make it to the final 8 of the 13-year-old state tournament. High and away for a ball. And of course, everybody trying to play around Babe Ruth, AAU, everybody conflicting. In for a strike, 1-1. Everybody plying for the use of the players. The difference with the AAU players is you have to pay a goodly piece of change. Up well over 1,000, maybe a few thousand, to play with some of the teams. Hit on the ground to second base. Anderson makes the play. For these kids jumping out of Little League, to run from home to first base seems like it's a marathon. So I guess what happens is if the parents have a difficult time, if they're playing both, and a lot of these players are, you're stuck into the AAU program paying an awful lot of money. Back to the mound, knocked down by Contreras. Easy play, takes his time, and throws Charles Martino out. So I guess if problems arise, you have to choose. You choose the program you're paying all that money for. And the other team has to suffer a little bit. Big hop to Anderson. Makes his second play, another 1-2-3 inning. 2 of the 3 innings have been 1-2-3. He would have got out of trouble in the third, but an error cost him. We'll move into the bottom of the third. It'll be 5, 6, and 7. Daniil Ortiz, Shea Palmer, Eldrian Bonilla hitting for Lynn as they lead it 7-2 over Braintree in this win or go home game. And it's still hard to fathom, but it's sort of like the state tournament, whether it's basketball and the low seed comes in and knocks off the top seed, and you shake your head with, you know, the number 1 seed being knocked out by the number 16 seed. The number 1 seed goes home. And that's basically, this is, Lynn is the number 2 seed. I think Braintree was, I thought they told me they were like 8. Might have been a little bit lower than that. They lost their first 2, and now they've won 3 in a row. And they're trying to win and stay alive. But they get some runs to make up. 4 walks and 1 hit. A couple of errors. Fitzgerald should have been out of the inning, the first inning. Both errors extended the inning. And the 1 hit was a little golf shot, pop up to third base that third baseman went to his right, then tried to circle back to his left, and the ball just dropped for a base hit. Everybody wants to give the third baseman an error on that play, but you can't because he didn't drop the ball. He just didn't touch it. He misplayed it, but it's not an error. It's a base hit. And that was Marx's hit for an RBI and was the only hit in the inning. Lynn only has 2 hits, and they get 7 runs. Line to left field for a base hit. Janelle Ortiz jumped on that first pitch and ripped it. He's on for the second time. He reached on an error his first time up and scored a run. Shea Palmer also reached on an error in that first inning and scored a run because there were 2 errors and 4 walks. Let's see if Ortiz is going to run at first base. They're 3 for 3 in stolen bases. He takes off, gets a very big jump, in with a stolen base. And of course, that's the other part of leaving Little League to come to the big diamond. A catcher, most important product. Little League, the ball has to reach the plate before the runner can leave the base. So they're not getting big jumps. He doesn't have to throw the ball that far down to second base. And a lot of times they'll throw runners out trying to steal. That's a big adjustment for catchers to make. Hit in the left field for a base hit. Ooh, they thought he was out at third. Palmer had to hold up to see if the ball would go through. Then he went. It was a very close play at third. Braintree fans in front of me moaning about the umpire saying he was out. First and third for Bonilla. They throw the ball to third, let the runner go to second. So second and third now with nobody out. Bonilla drew a walk and got an RBI with the bases loaded and then scored a run. To the second baseman, he'll make the play. Bonilla will get another RBI. Marks hit that little pop-up to third base that got between the third base and the shortstop for a base hit. Got him an RBI, and he scored a run in that first inning. And he golfs it again behind second base. Second baseman makes the play. Two outs now for Dom Giordano, who drew a walk. He was the runner, was on first, went to second on a wild pitch that scored the run, and then tried to go to third when they threw the ball away. Second baseman alertly picked up the loose ball and threw him out at third base. Drifting back into center field is Tim Carney. Giordano hit it well, stayed up long enough for Carney to make the play, but Lynn gets on the board again. Back-to-back hits. A couple of stolen bases, an infield ground ball gets him another run. So we played 3. It's now 8-2 Lynn over Braintree. We'll start the 4th inning. 5, 6, and 7 for Braintree. As Lynn, with that big first inning, he only got 1 hit, but 4 walks and 2 errors. Braintree kind of gift wrapped 6 runs in that first inning. They got 2 of them back, but Lynn got those 2 back. Hit past third base foul. They got 1 on the bottom of the second, 1 on the bottom of the third to get their 6-run lead back. As it's 8-2 here in the 4th. Garrett Coughlin, the shortstop, grounded out. Shot to first. His 1 trip. High for a ball. Contreras starting his 4th inning of work. I don't know what it is, but I believe there's a pitch count. Line right to the second baseman. Nice play by Anderson. Took a couple of steps to his right Coughlin hit it right on the nose and lined out. Nate Mead starting that two-run uprising. He got a base hit and scored the first run. Little off-speed pitch drops in for a strike. Chased that pitch, was down the dirt. High for a ball. Braintree bench has been into this game. They've been standing the whole game. Chased that pitch, was up and away. That's the first strikeout for Contreras. 2 up, 2 down in the fourth. Cameron Green got the second hit in the second inning. He scored the second run. Off-speed pitch, he's way out in front of it. That one bounced. Nice stop by the catcher, Shea Palmer. High and tight for a ball. Every once in a while, a little breeze comes along and makes it feel pretty good. That one bounced as well. Low again with the pitch. And that's ball 4. First walk given up by Contreras. And same thing, he retired 5 in a row to start the game before he gave up a hit. Retired 5 in a row before he gives up the walk. Kyle Hutchison, the catcher, is the hitter. He reached on error that extended the inning, allowed the number 9 and 10 hitters, Carney and Cibatolo, to get base hits and knocked in the 2 runs. Back in the second inning. In for a strike. Braintree hasn't shown any signs of running, even though it's extremely difficult to throw people out. Now they take off, just as I say that. Ground ball hit. Shortstop went over to cover second on the steal. And for a right-hand hitter, it should be the second baseman. And Hutchison hit it right through the shortstop hole. So Braintree looking for a little 2-out lightning. Tim Carney gave him 2-out lightning. He got a base hit with 2 outs and knocked in the first run. He's 1 for 1 with an RBI. They throw down the first. Close play, Max, with the tag, Palmer with the throw. So Tim Carney, 1 for 1 with an RBI. Up and away for a ball. Hit to second base. Anderson falls down but makes the play. The last 6 outs, Anderson had been involved in 4 of them. So the walk and the base hit with 2 outs doesn't do any damage. Contreras picked up his first strikeout. We'll move into the bottom half of the 4th. And it's 8-2. Lynn over Braintree in his win-or-go-home game. And I told you, it struck me unusual because usually usually if the team is undefeated, the team that beats them would have to beat them twice in double elimination. But this was pool play, so they just went. The top seed played the bottom seed till they got down to 16, and then 1 played 16, 2 played 15. So Braintree had lost their first 2 games, but was still alive, and then they won 3 in a row to stay very much alive. And if they can make it 4 in a row, they'll knock Lynn out, and they'll go to Taunton for the final 8. A tall order, though. They're losing 8-2. Jack Anderson will lead it off for the second time. He led off the second. He was the only one that didn't hit in the first inning. He was hitting when a run scored in a wild pitch, and the base runner trying to go to third got thrown out for the 3rd out. Now he's leading off. He's been busy the last 2 innings, getting 3 assists and a putout in 6 outs. He struck out swinging. That was the inning that Fitzgerald struck out the side, but gave up a run because he walked Bullock, who stole second, went to third in the pass ball, and scored an infield single by Contreras. Tries the button, fouls it off. Hit foul to the backstop. Quickly 0-2. Hit in the center field for a base hit. It's only the 5th hit for Lynn. They scored 6 with one hit. They got a run with 1 hit. They finally got a run with 2 hits in the 3rd. Bullock hasn't been up officially yet, as he slices it past third base foul. He's walked twice. First time he was forced at second. Last time he scored a run. Chop foul again. Both times they have Anderson running. Up and away for a ball. Taking off. They missed the tag going and they throw it away. Anderson will go to third. So Bullock reaches third error. Second baseman Morse tried to swing around and tag Anderson. Anderson got a jump. They weren't going to get him. He went with the pitch. So when they threw it away, he went to third. Now a line shot. Left fielder was playing very shallow. Bullock was on his way. Running on the pitch. Had to hustle back. Grady Warren lined it to the left fielder who was playing extremely shallow. And he's still playing very shallow. For Contreras, he's lined to center field and beat on an infield hit for an RBI. Low for a ball. They throw it down. Sorry, I fell asleep at the switch. Anderson tagged up and scored on that line drive when they tried to throw the runner out at first. Lined into center field. Nice play. Outstanding play by Tim Carney. Takes extra bases and maybe a run away from Lynn with a great diving catch in center field. Second time he's got Contreras. That one was an outstanding play. Picked it off the grass. Brady Bullock's pants were white when he started the game. He takes off for third base. Braintree's not happy. Boy, it sure did look like he was out. The umpire is having a bad time with some of the Braintree fans. You usually don't even let them know that you know they're there. It sure looked, being a Lynn fan, it sure looked like Brady was out. Looked like Carey made a nice tag. And the catcher, Hutchison, made a good throw. And for lack of a better term, you don't want to have rabbit ears if you're an umpire. You don't let them know that you hear them, because then it will be even worse. Because you can't really kick them out of a public park. It's not like Fenway Park. We can have the cops come and kick them out. Ramirez draws his second walk. In between, he was called on strikes. So it's first and third now. And they're coming out to talk to Fitzgerald. I think they're going to make a change. Fitzgerald is going to go to third base. Ryan Brooks, I didn't even know Ryan Brooks entered the game. He's going to be the new pitcher. And the third baseman, Carey, will go to shortstop. I didn't know they took Coughlin, the shortstop, out. We can't really hear the announcer. They're not announcing substitution. They're just announcing batters. So when I saw the shortstop, I said, oh, number 2, but he's wearing number 10. So Jack Ryan was the third baseman. Orion Brooks is the new pitcher. They brought in the new third baseman, Carey. He's going to move to shortstop. Fitzgerald is going to go to third. I don't know if they made any other substitutions. I think they did. Because I don't think that's Connie in center field. Hit foul off the bat of Daniel Ortiz. He's been on base twice. He reached an error. Singled. Both times he scored. First and third with a run in. Wide. They throw it to third again instead of going on to second. So that takes away the force at second on a ground ball. It's now second and third with 2 outs. Hit long and deep to left field, way over the left fielder's head. We told you he was playing shallow. The first extra base hit of the game goes to Ortiz. He's on base for the 3rd time. He gets a couple of RBI. The left field was playing very, very shallow. And he just drilled that one over his head. Shea Palmer has reached on an error and singled. He scored a run in the first inning. And now that left fielder has moved back a few steps. It helped him on one line drive. Didn't help him on that last one. Hit foul out of play. They're on the verge of a mercy rule. If they can get the runner in from second, get Braintree out without scoring, the game would be over. Reached for that one and just got a piece and fouled it away. Way off balance swinging at that one. Count stays 0-2. Palmer, the catcher, told you reached on there and scored, singled. Reaches again, taps it to shortstop, right through the wickets. Some of the Braintree fans are not very happy. One of the fathers just kind of walked away. I don't know if he's going to his car or not. Eldrian Bonilla walked, getting an RBI. Grounded out second to first, getting an RBI. So he's 0 for 1 with 2 RBI. And he scored a run. High. Throw it down, not in time. Safe at the plate. The stolen base works. The double steal works. Popped up, it's going to go out of play. High for a ball. Missing inside for a ball. Chase, that pitch was way over his head. He didn't swing at that one. The last pitch would have been ball four. That was ball four. Seven walks given up by Braintree. Seven walks, four of them have scored, one of them forced in a run. Jack Marks singled and out, can have behind, scored a run in the first, popped to second. His last time up. Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss again. Down and in for a ball. Hit foul out of play. Line to the right field for a base hit. Off the right fielder. Marks going to wind up at third. And they throw it away and he's going to try and score. And he does, and they throw it away again. So he gets a base hit and an RBI. A 7-run inning. Two errors on that play. 3 errors in the inning. They got 3 hits, they scored 7 runs. They got 1 hit, they scored 6 runs. And this one is blown away. Braintree has been holding on. They've been outstanding, winning 3 in a row. Here's a base hit into left field for Giordano. And Jack Anderson, who started the inning, will be up. He has struck out, singled and scored. He singled in this inning and scored. So they batted 9 in the first. He's the 11th hitter here in the 4th. But that lifespan for Braintree has just hit a bump in the road. They were outstanding after losing 2 in a row, winning 3 in a row. And they kept themselves alive. They worked hard, played hard, and they just had a couple of bad plays that cost them a few walks. Henson tried to hold up his swing and couldn't. So if my information is correct, if Braintree doesn't score, this game is over. It's now 15-2. Lynn going into the top of the 5th inning. We have a new pitcher on the mound as the ball is fouled off. Nico Ramirez, who was the extra hitter, is the new pitcher. So Contreras goes 4. He's up 5 hits, struck out 1, walked 1. The 2 runs were both unearned. Well, he pitched very well. He retired 5 in a row twice. After the first 5 in a row, he gave up the 2 runs, but it was aided by an error. Swing and a miss. He gave up a walk and a hit after 2 outs in the 4th, but got out of it. So Ramirez will try to close it up. Caught in the air at third base by Ortiz. That's Aiden Civitolo. Jack Ryan is the hitter. That one bounced in. Defense has been good for Lynn. They made 1 error. It cost them 2 runs, but they only made 1. In for a strike. Pop foul out of play. The new left fielder for Lynn is Dom Giordano. I believe the right fielder is Duran Benzin. That one sailed way up over the head of Ryan. He was in the game when they made changes. He wound up playing third, then he moved to short when they changed pitches. Chopped that one foul. Paul Hartford couldn't make the play. That's an error on the Lynn coach. And Benson is not the right fielder. I just saw him chasing the foul ball, so he's still on the bench. High for a ball. So he was ahead in the count. Now he's going to come over the pitch. I'll put Ryan on. Reached for that and fouled it off. I believe they have to score 4 because I was told that after 5, the mercy rule is 10. And that's ball 4. Hit foul. Out of play. This is Jack Morse, the second baseman. I suppose I should wake up. He didn't hit it out of play. He hit it to right field, and the right fielder caught it. I've been off for a week or 2. I got to get back in the swing of things. I thought that ball was way out of play. High for a ball. Charles Martino is the left fielder. They've taken the ability to run really away from Braintree because they're down so much they can't afford to have people thrown out in the base pass. And they need more than one run. Hit by the first baseman into right field. So they have a pulse, a very faint pulse. But they get 2 on with 2 out for Jack Fitzgerald. Was the starting pitcher. He's now the third baseman. But 6 big errors, 2 in the first inning with 4 walks, gave Lynn 6. 4 errors in the fourth with a walk. Gave them 7 and put this one to bed. So it'll be Lynn going on to Taunton. And the Braintree season will be over. It's going to be a tough ride back home for the parents and the kids. But they should be proud of themselves. They didn't quit. They kept playing. Off-speed pitch drops in. They could have quit when they lost the first 2. But they kept working at it. Won 3 in a row. Put themselves in a situation where they could have made the final 8. And you got to really stand up and thank them for that. Give them a round of applause. Popped up. Marks with a play. Makes the play. And that'll do it. The mercy rule will kick in. Lynn will make it 5-0. Braintree will drop to 3-3. They won't get 4 in a row. Lynn got all they needed in the first inning. 1 base hit by Marks, and it was a pop-up that should have been caught. 2 errors in the inning, extended the inning. An error, 2 errors, a walk with the bases loaded, and the Marks hit. Lynn had 6 runs. An infield single by Contreras after Braintree scored 2 in the second on base hits by Tim Carney and Aiden Civitolo. 2 2-out hits to get into within 6-2. 6-2, that's the closest they came. That made it 7-2, the infield single by Contreras after Bullock walked, stole second, went to third in a pass ball. They got another run in the third. Ortiz single, stole second, went to third in a base hit by Palmer. Scored on a ground ball by Bonilla. It was 8-2, and then they put it away with 7 in the fourth inning. They got 2 base hits, 4 errors by Braintree, along with a couple of walks. 7 walks given up by Braintree, 6 errors. 5 of the 7 walks scored. 1 of those 5 that scored also forced in a run. For Braintree, Meade had a base hit and scored a run. Cameron Green had a base hit and a walk and scored a run. Hutchinson reached an error and got a base hit. And Tim Carney and Aiden Civitolo, the 9th and 10th hitters, both got base hits and knocked in runs, and that was the offense for Braintree. For Lynn, Brady Bullock was on base 3 times, 2 walks, an error, scored 2. Brady Warren reached in the fielder's choice and scored a run. Yordi Contreras had an infield single for an RBI, and Tim Carney made the play of the game with a diving catch in right center field, taking it off the grass, robbing Contreras of extra bases. Ramirez had 2 walks and scored twice. Ortiz was on base 3 times, an error, a single, a double. He scored 3 and knocked in 2. Palmer reached on an error twice, got a base hit, scored 2. Adrian Bonilla had 2 walks, a ground out, had 2 RBI and scored 2 runs. Jack Marks had 2 base hits, scored twice. Tom Giordano had a walk and a single. And Jack Anderson had a base hit and scored a run. And in the 3rd to the 4th inning, he had 3 putouts, 3 assists and a putout, accounting for 4 of the 6 plays. So a mercy rule win by Lynn puts them 5-0. They move on as the number 2 seed. They'll go down to Taunton now to compete, and they make it to the final 8. And Braintree's miracle tried a miracle finish. After going 0-2, they won 3 in a row. And congratulations for them for not ever quitting. They worked right down to the last out here even. They are finishing up. They won't win 4 in a row. They did win 3 in a row. And they'll finish at 3-3. So the final score, 15-2, a Mercy Rule win by Lynn. And the number 2 seed, Lynn, will now see what they can do down in Taunton in the final 8. So we hope you enjoyed it. I'm John Hoffman saying we'll see you next time.